nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear. You've heard that phrase before, right? Where have you heard it? Because lately we're hearing different versions of it here in the United States along the lines of, well, you know, we ought to be able to allow this agency or that agency the ability to, you know, listen widely. This kind of idea that the bad guys are out there, so we need to give all the tools available to law enforcement or to NSA or to CIA or to whatever alphabet agency you want to give powers to. The point is, that phrase, I've heard it attributed to the Nazis. I've heard it attributed to the Stalinists. It's been a widely repeated phrase going all the way back to the days of the czars in Russia. This is what the czarists would say to the people when they would come in and start searching through their homes. When people are like, hey, you can't do that. The czar has no right to come onto my property. And the soldiers would say, well, if you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear. Well, look, I don't have anything to hide from you in the sense that I don't have anything to fear from you. I'm not doing anything wrong. Therefore, I don't think that it is reasonable for you to come and start searching through my stuff because, you know what? I have secrets. Now, some of these secrets are silly little things like, you know, how many more children I'd like to have someday, or you know, where I'd like to build my house. None of this matters, though. What matters is that what's in my head, what's in my personal effect, what's in my house is none of your business or anybody else's. The idea behind a search warrant is that when there is probable cause, when you say, well, gee, we've caught this guy stealing, and it looks like he may have been stealing something else over there. Why don't we go and search his house to see if any of these stolen items are there? If you have probable cause, you take it to a judge, hopefully even more than that, maybe a grand jury or something. They take a look at this evidence and say, oh, we think that he probably is stealing based on the evidence that you have already given us. And therefore, we are going to give you a search warrant saying that on behalf of all of these other people that live around here, we demand to see what's in your house. Produce the goods. That's what the Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution is all about. We are supposed to be protected from unreasonable searches and seizures. Now, of course, with the advance of electronic mediums, all the different ways in which people communicate nowadays, we send text messages. Some of my kids are into this whole Snapchat, oh, hey, whatever. Point is, it's none of your business. It's private communication. And to say, well, because the terrorists have been using it, we ought to shut it down. That's what's happening in Russia right now. And one of the stories in today's news is that we've got this legislation moving forward in Russia in which they're basically shutting down these instant chat messaging services in which they're saying you need to keep track of every single person. You must not allow any anonymous communication. That's disturbing. And it's disturbing not because it's Russia. It's not disturbing because of the new technology. It's disturbing that people don't seem to see that, you know, it used to be illegal for somebody else to open your mail. It used to be that the private conversation that somebody wrote in a letter to you and sent off, that was private. Well, some of that changed during war times. You know, I think you can go and watch some of the old cartoons, the Private Snafu. Google that. It's really funny, some of the stuff that poor character went through at the hands of the censors. And basically his message was censor yourself. Make sure that you're not giving away military secrets. Well, that has been extrapolated and expanded to the populace as a whole. And not just in the United States, not just in Russia, worldwide. Somehow people think it's their business to know what's in your email or your Snapchat or your instant whatever. I say no, and I personally take a stand, and I say this. I will never look inside your email account. Got it? All right. You want to react to what I've said? Please send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. If you have something to say that's cogent, well, maybe we can set up a phone interview and do a little podcast together. I think it would be fun to have a discussion on this topic. Once again, the address is radiofreespeech.com.